Greetings, dear people of God at Trinity and beyond, beloved friends. It's Friday, and I'm sorry I'm late this week again with my reflection, but this is my offering for you today. One of the great gifts in my life is receiving the early morning stories of practically divine moments that Becca Stevens sends, moments when she shares a discovery, a new understanding, what someone today called an epiphany, that reveals a sacred truth that is ready to be realized, ready to be born. A few days ago, her email was about her experience of hearing the answer to the question, "What child is this?" as if for the first time. She writes, "For the first time in all my decades of loving this Christmas classic, I could answer the question the song asks for myself. What child is this? This child is you. We are the child of God, bearing the love of Christ in us. We are the child who is embraced and then sent back out to love again. So may this year we raise a song on high as Mary sings a lullaby to all the children of God she loves as her own." There's your Christmas message, right in the middle of Advent. Becca's offering inspired me to break all Episcopal rules, and yesterday to ask for Christmas carols to play during my last radiation treatment. I'm not talking about Advent preparation, the expectation, waiting, the anticipation. I am talking angels we have heard on high and joy to the world. And not only that, but lying there splayed out on the table with the machines wheezing, not a terribly reassuring sound, I found myself, too, hearing those familiar lyrics as if for the first time. What I heard was repeat the sounding joy. Today, on this day of celebration and indescribable relief of my last day of treatment, I want to reflect with you all about joy. Not only is it what I feel in this moment, but it is what the world needs now. Joy to the world. The Lord has come. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. What would it mean if we, children of God, dedicated our days to repeating the sounding joy? It isn't actually the end of treatment that I want to reflect on with you. It's actually the experience of the past few days, which is where joy has come from for me. My appetite has roared back better than ever before. I still have a cold, but the deep, abiding fatigue has abated. I actually remember in my body and spirit what it feels like to feel well. Yes, to feel myself again, but also changed. At first, when I began to notice the difference, notice that I was feeling better, I couldn't even whisper it aloud. I was so terrified that it would disappear, and the nausea and the depths of despair would take over again. Of course, I'd heard from the medical team that the side effects would dissipate, and I would begin to feel better, but there'd been so many disappointments and setbacks. How could I actually simply trust what was happening? How could I believe what was happening? And since I really didn't understand where this new life, this new energy had come from, how could I trust that it was even real? Mary Oliver writes, "If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give in to it. It could be anything, but very likely you notice it in the instance when love begins. And anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its plenty. Joy is not made to be a crumb." Here's the thing. The root of enjoy is the opposite of what we think it is. It's not about receiving joy. It's about giving joy, making joy. That is how we have been made, to make joy. That is what I've experienced through you all in these past weeks. That is what communities are intended to be. We are intended to do. Repeat the sounding joy. We all use enjoy like it means receiving joy or taking delight in something. But that's actually the opposite of its origin. In Old French, enjoire is to give joy, from en, make, joie, and joy. But how do we create joy, make joy, give joy for others? I think there's infinite ways to do this. It will take a lifetime. But a smile, an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on, a pat on the back, a helping hand, a word of kindness, an unexpected surprise. Those ways are a pretty good way to start. And joy is a verb. It means to make joy, not receive it. But you can't make joy without receiving it. How about that? May we repeat the sounding joy in the infinite ways that we are given over and over and over again, all the days of our lives. Amen.